this video, I'm going to be pulling back the curtains and showing you exactly how to go from skinny fat to beach bod in just 6 months using something I like to call the Metabolic Resurgence system. Doing so without sacrificing your favorite foods, spending your life in the gym, or sacrificing the lifestyle you love. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to build a muscular body by just going to the gym 2 times per week, how to get a lean body without boring meal prepping. You'll be doing all of this without doing any cardio whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to be holding anything back. I'm going to give you my entire system for free. I'm going to show you how to implement this in your life starting today. Then I'm going to show you how to build your beach body, so you're going to want to stick around. Just so we don't waste any time, this video is only for male finance professionals who are going to put their ego aside, are ready to learn so they can make an impact in their lives and the ones around them. So if you're not a finance professional and you're ignorant to new solutions, you're not willing to put your ego aside, and you think you can coach yourself to a beach body, click off this video and watch my other content before returning to this video. My name is Chris Lee and I've been coaching business professionals for 12 plus years. The Metabolic Resurgence system allowed me to effectively and consistently get results for over 125 plus men as of the recording of this video. It's allowed men like you to sift through the bullshit, break free from the fad diets, the endless cardio, and not knowing what to do in and out of the gym. Instead of me telling you, let me show you the results of men that were in your shoes and achieved amazing transformations.
This is Lewis, an accountant who dropped 20 pounds of fat and put on 10 pounds of muscle in 6 months. He was always the guy made fun of by his friends as having the dad bod, right? He thought it was a genetic thing that he could never get into shape. But little did he know, he had one of the craziest transformations and physiques that no one ever saw coming. I mean, look at him. Pop delts, resting 8-pack abs, chiseled chest. He literally looks like a superhero. Now, Ed, a software sales manager, dropped 23 pounds of fat while putting on 8 pounds of muscle in just 6 months. He enjoyed swimming as his main form of exercise, but always had a gut hanging over his Speedo. His thought is, if he had done cardio all the time, that he would look great. But once we switched him to resistance training 2 to 3 times a week, he became a beast. Now, he can look like this and hang out with his 4 daughters and still manage his life and enjoy it the entire way through. Now, Richie, an auditor, came in super skinny fat, losing 24 pounds, putting on 8 to 10 pounds of muscle. You can see on the left, he had no muscle definition, no tone, just flab with a gut hang over his waist. And about 6 months later, you see his delts are popped at rest, his chest line has squared off, and he has abs at rest. This is not even flexing. And this was right before his beautiful daughter was born, because he knew he had to take action right away to set the tone, set the standard for his daughter. Lou here is a wealth management advisor in his mid-40s. He started off at 230 pounds on the left and finished at 185 pounds on the right. He came to me as a complete novice, not knowing anything about training and nutrition. Now look, on the right, he looks amazing with his pop delts, his flat stomach, all while having his own business that he runs with 1 employee, right? And look, these are just some of the few client transformations of the dozens I've been able to help achieve for other people. It's all about following the Metabolic Resurgence system. Now, just to tell you a little bit about myself.
I was a skinny fat kid my whole life. Always had a gut hanging in front of my waist with noodle arms. I ate like shit, played video games the entire day, and pushed off all responsibilities. I had no confidence, no self-worth, a complete pushover. These thoughts went so deep that I even contemplated taking my own life. I remember thinking, no one would even care. I'm lonely, lost, and it's not going to get any better. I would watch movies like 007, Man of Steel, Batman Begins, wishing I could have the confidence, the physique, and the charm these men portrayed. At the end of the day, I wanted to have a beautiful woman, like a Bond girl, by my side. Wanted to be able to take off my shirt at the pool, get the looks of desire from the women, and the approval of other men. Ultimately, I wanted to become someone of worth for myself and for others closest to me. My friend knew of my situation, so he recommended I go lift with him, which was the start of my journey. Even though I did lose some fat and put on some muscle, it wouldn't be a journey without some bumps along the way. I went to college freshman year and got fat, putting on 25 pounds in just 12 weeks, weighing in at 195 pounds, the heaviest I had ever been. I held on to that fat until my junior year, where I swung the opposite way and lost 40 pounds, becoming sickly lean. I didn't know there would be consequences of being that lean, like having no libido, couldn't get an erection, always cold, always thinking about food. I developed an eating disorder called bulimia nervosa because I restricted food so much. I would lose control at night, then purge it out, just to do the same thing in the morning again. I started thinking maybe this wasn't for me. I'm never gonna have the girl, the body, the confidence. Just another loser no one gives a shit about. I remember the last time I purged being at a pool party. I ate everything in sight, couldn't take off my shirt off because I was bloated. My friend heard something through the bathroom. He unlocked it, seeing me with tear lines down my face and residue of vomit stuck to my chin, and it was right then and there, said no more. I was sick of myself destroying my body and my mind trying to achieve my goals. There had to be a better way. I scoured the internet looking for the best coaches online. I ended up buying $8,000 worth of coaching programs that were well known to get results. Cross-referenced them with my experiences so no one went through what I did. In about 3 months' time, I came up with the Metabolic Resurgence system. After running the program myself, I achieved the beach body. Only this time without an eating disorder and in a way that didn't have my life revolving around fitness. But that's only a sample size of one. I worked at a major telecommunications company as a health and wellness consultant at the time, so I had to make it applicable to the corporate lifestyle. Men who sat down all day, played with spreadsheets, drew up decks, models, and in meetings nonstop. These men had either tried fad diets, bodybuilding workouts, endless cardio, and didn't get results, or were too paralyzed to take action from all the information out there. They put their trust in me to test out the system and coaching. After the first 2 weeks testing it out with the men in the fitness department, no one was seeing results. They were starting to become hopeless, putting in the work, but not getting the return on investment they were looking for. Once the 4th week passed, all 15 of the men dropped a full pant size. Their hope was restored, and they were motivated more than ever to keep going. Once the full 6 months were finished, each and every one of them couldn't believe who they had become. Lean, toned, confident men. Men who can take off their shirts anytime. The men other men wanted to be. The men that women desired. The system worked. I realized if I had invested in coaching earlier, it would have saved me years of pain. I let my stubbornness of trying to figure it out by myself and saved a pretty penny deter me from achieving the results I wanted. I'm telling you this so you don't have to follow my path. Have the right mindset of investing in yourself now. Skip the years of guesswork and the eating disorder. You can achieve this in 6 months versus 6 years like I did. Or you may be as well as like the 99% of other people and never achieve it. Look, you've probably tried a bunch of fad diets that you heard were great from the internet or your friend. You've done endless amounts of cardio that didn't help you to lose the fat, just make you sweat. You may even had a personal trainer in the past that was not qualified for you. The reason why fad diets don't work is because they're highly restrictive. You don't get to eat your favorite foods, you can't go out to your favorite restaurants, which makes it unsustainable. The reason why all those cardio workouts fail is because they're time consuming, they're unenjoyable, and it's simply not the most efficient way to build your dream body. Unfortunately, most personal trainers will fail you. Most do not teach you why to train a certain way, and they don't teach you how to eat to get you to that beach body. Yet, you spend $200 an hour 2 times per week for months and not get the result. I know this from experience because I worked in gyms for many years. My system operates completely different because you only need 2 to 3 hours in the gym, you don't have to do hours of cardio, and you don't have to eat the same boring foods. And unlike other personal trainers, I've actually helped hundreds of men just like you build their beach body. Now, you're probably thinking it's impossible to build that beach body without taking away hours of productivity from work, without restricting your favorite foods, or without giving up golfing and drinks with the guys. To be honest, most people think it's impossible when first getting started, and so did I.
The Metabolic Resurgence system breaks down to 3 main pillars: weight training 2 times per week, a fully customized nutrition plan, and no cardio plan. Now, typical fitness programs have you in the gym doing lots of cardio, lots of exercises, which leads to burnout because you're spending so much time and all your effort not getting the results you want. Whereas our system uses only weights with less exercises, which means in 2 one-hour workouts, you're going to get so much more energy throughout your day. Now, the 2 hours per week gym method comes down to 5 things: compound, technique, antagonist supersets, intensity, and some other variables. With technique first, why it's so important, you get more muscle growth per rep, which means you can do less sets because it's easier to recover from and that you get more done in less time. So this is all about efficiency. You're getting the most out of each unit of time spent in the gym, which is great for you guys because you guys know all about return on investment. So this is for you. In terms of compound exercises or exercises that hit multiple muscle groups, just shortens the time versus doing isolations, because then that means you have to do 3 different exercises to get the same results as if you were to do one compound exercise. Antagonist supersets are supersets that are exercises performed back to back with minimal rest periods that focus on opposing muscle groups. Think of your chest and your back. Now you can do 6 sets in half the time than you were to do 2 exercises doing straight sets. Now, intensity is huge. You want to make sure that you're coming close to failure with your training, which means about 1 to 2 good reps left in the tank. The reason why is because you have way more time to recover, right? Only working out 2 times per week, which means that you have less fatigue because you just generally work out less. So you just got to make sure that after every set that it's hard, the muscle is burning, and it was a difficult set. Now, some other variables that are also important, making sure that your sleep is being managed, getting 6 to 7 hours of quality sleep, stress management, making sure that you're not super stressed all the time. Otherwise, that'll bleed into your muscle building and fat loss journey. And then nutrition, which we'll touch up on, but making sure that you're hitting your targets like your calories and your protein. All this leads to optimal results in way less time than you think. Look, and this is the exact program that my clients follow for the first 4 weeks. And you notice it's nothing crazy. You probably have seen these exercises, but it's how it's put together, how many reps, everything is laid out in front of you so you know exactly what to do when you walk into the gym, and it's sound. It builds a perfectly proportionate beach body. Now, for fad diets versus our Resurgence diet. The fad diets are restrictive. They're unsustainable. You're there spending hours prepping. You can't go out and enjoy time out with your friends. In this case, it's going to be golfing, business meetings, business dinners, all that stuff. And you get a bunch of food cravings. Whereas the Resurgence diet, you get to have your favorite foods, right? It's the long-term game, right? I want you to have that donut. I want you to have that ice cream or the beers with the boys and be able to do that forever, right? There's not that much prepping at all. You have a fun social life and you can satisfy all your cravings because we include them into your diet. Now look, we make sure we follow the 2 biggest principles, the king and the queen. Calories is king, protein is queen. Right off the get-go, we got to make sure that we understand how much we're eating and how much protein that we're getting, because those 2 things will dictate how you look. And that's why we attack it head on first thing. And see here, there's a guide here telling you exactly what kind of meats, snacks that you can get to eat to hit those targets. And on the right side, since you guys are analytical, understanding numbers, that we can take your calorie average for the week and then understand if you're eating too much, too little, or right on target based on the numbers. Now look, it's completely custom to you. So if you're the person that does want to make easy meals and want a meal prep, boom, we got the meal prep guide for you. If you're a person that eats out a lot, business dinners, sales meetings, whatever it is, we have a restaurants guide so you can have dinner out with your clients, wine and dine them, sell them, and then when you sit back down, that you're still on track to having that beach body. And maybe you're the person that just want to eat fast food. You're just always on the go, traveling left and right. Well, guess what? We have a fast food playbook that has over 25 restaurants that you name across the country that you can pick out of, choose your favorite foods, and stay on track. And the easy meals is as simple as this. It can be sous vide, it can be meal prep. The whole point is it's whatever fits your lifestyle, right? We have other recipe guides. The whole point is that it makes it super easy so you don't have to overthink it. It's already done for you. All you have to do is execute. Restaurants, it's all about principles. And in this case, look, it's 2 palms worth of protein. Then it's about 2 fistfuls of vegetables, all right? 1 to 2 cupped hands of carbs, just depending on how fast you want to lose that fat. And then just making sure that you don't get too many mixed foods like stir fries, fried rice, all that kind of stuff, because it just adds a lot of extra calories, especially liquid calories, like a margarita. And in this fast food playbook, like I mentioned earlier, there's 25 plus restaurants that are chains that are well known, and you can get lots of your favorite foods for under 650 calories, 40 grams plus a protein. All you have to do is just click the links in there and you can go right to the website, the exact order that we would get. Now, we got to make sure that we have this main rule set in stone. You have to choose your non-negotiables first. So if you're the person like me who just loves ice cream, loves at least one serving a day, when I really want it, we make sure we include it. But just know that we follow the 80-20 rule, meaning that 80% of the foods are just generally healthy, in which case you can say out loud and you probably know, okay, it's in the healthy category. And that 20% is where you can have that ice cream, your donuts, your beer, your wine, right? That's the point. It has to be enjoyable because you have to do this for the long term. Now, what if we want to splurge one day? Well, this is exactly what we do with our clients. You follow the protein preload, right? You load up on the leanest protein and fiber earlier in the day. So get really close to that protein target, keeping your calories super low, right? Don't eat much else after that, maybe just like a protein bar. And then you have room for over 1,000 calories in that last meal where you're out with your friends, drinking beer, having a good time. Right? That's exactly how we do it, and it's amazing. And last, the never cardio exercise routine. The typical program has you doing cardio nonstop. Okay? It doesn't matter which one you do. But what we do is we focus on either steps or just general movement. Being that you guys are behind a desk, you'll see exactly how we can get you there, and it's so much easier than you think. Look, why more steps? You get more calories burned. It has to integrate into your lifestyle so you can eat way more calories, and it's just so much easier to be in a deficit. Just for context, since you guys are numbers guys, 2,000 additional steps per day is an extra 100 calories burned. Doesn't seem like a lot, but imagine adding that in 6 months' time every single day, about 10,000 steps. That's a lot of calories burned. So how do we do it? Either park further with your car, you take the staircase going into work or at the train stations, you take long calls and go for walks. During your lunch break, eat your lunch relatively quickly and spend the rest of it walking around the building, whatever it may be. You can get a beneath the desk treadmill, especially if you work from home, which a lot of the guys are. All right. And if you're at work, you can also have a peddler, right? In which case you can just kick underneath the entire time at a very moderate, slow pace, and you're burning calories, not doing anything else besides just kicking your feet underneath your desk. And the whole point is you got to make it enjoyable. You got to make it realistic. Okay? That's the biggest point of all this.
So if you're a financial professional who wants to build their beach body without sacrificing your favorite foods, without sacrificing countless hours in the gym, and without sacrificing productivity at work, then book a call with me below, where we will go over exactly where you're at now to where you want to go, and if we're a good fit to work together, we'll get started. Again, this is only for finance men who want to build their beach body, and if you don't fit that, go ahead and watch some of my other content. Get value there before coming back and booking in so we can get right into action. So guys, there are only two options to get the results you want. You can take all the information I gave you here today, test it out for yourself, spend all the countless hours trying to coach yourself to build the body and learn what works for you. But that may take years to do. You have option 2, which you can hop on a call with me and we can shortcut all of that, giving you only what you need based on what we've tried and experimented with before. It's fully customized to you so you can achieve the beach body you've always wanted in just half your max without constantly testing for 5+ years what works and what doesn't. So if that sounds like you and you're 100% sure that you're ready to take option number 2, book a call at the link below because truthfully, building a beach body is hard and it's lonely. Most people give up before achieving the results they want. But what if you can never worry about what your body ever looks like again? Not having to spend countless hours in the gym, doing all these crazy fad diets, restricting your favorite foods, eating the same boring meal prep, and doing arduous cardio workouts. And all this taking away from your current lifestyle and productivity at work. What would this do for you, honestly? It would probably change everything because time is money. Most training and nutrition systems do not give you all this time back. That's just the minimum of what we do. So guys, last time, if this sounds like you, book a call at the link below and we'll go over exactly where you are, where you want to go, and if we're a good fit to work together, we'll hit the ground running.